first is to thank the organizers and for the invitation. My name is Ekra, Principal and the founder German Institute of Professional Studies in town. Earlier, someone said women are not found in so many things. I am also a founder of a small fashion company because that's also something else that I love called Kaira Brands, where I do imports. And an agency where after I train the students, I help them make their way to Germany. So I am known for German. So those are the three businesses that I run. Right now, I'm also coming up with another one because I want to do youth mentorship in a big way. So we are all gifted in all ways. I was not lucky to have a good surname, neither to have the right sperm, because sometimes you may be able to get out there because of where you come from or your background. What inspired me to go into business, when I went into college, I did German language with a name to be able to go to Germany after that. But along the way, I didn't get the opportunity because I don't come from a well-off family. So I started teaching German in town, and I was 20 that time. And I didn't like that my language was not being given preference. So at the age of 22, I decided to go into business. And it was the most difficult thing, even to tell everybody, even in the family, I want to start a college. And are you mad? Do you even have a degree? How are you going to raise the capital? So I kept on saying, but I come from a family whereby guys are very positive, positivity, the power of positivity. So I have a brother of mine who would tell me, yeah, you can do it. But he doesn't have the capital to give me. My dad would also cheer me. And I was inspired by words that I was told by my principal in high school, because unfortunately I got suspended in high school in first term, in Form 4, for a crime that I didn't commit. And this is why I want to do youth mentorship in line with that, and I have been seeing a lot of strikes in school. So and she told me that you're going to become very useless in life. So those words woke me up every day. You're going to become very useless. My dad had to go to each and every DO office and DO's office for me even to be allowed to sit for the KCSE, where I could walk like 10 kilometers just to sit for the exam every day. And because of those words, one thing that I learned, because I came to understand that why she did what she did is emotional intelligence issues and people skills, because she should not listen, and that taught me more listening and being more empathetic. Where I worked as a teacher, I was very good with the students, and I remember I lost one job just because of being too nice. Why I was fired in one of the jobs as a teacher is because I bought lunch to one of the students, and the director thought that maybe I want to poach the student to another school. So one time, as I was working as a part-timer, earning 2,800 shillings as a part-timer because the class was only once in a week, I wondered, what am I going to do with 2,800? One, though I am Ekra is an Arabic name, but I am a Christian by birth and Christian by choice in adulthood. So, what I did, I started going to ECD with my first salary of 3,000, and I think business was still in me because I decided to sell male stuff. One of the things, they will buy the socks. Most of the time I know it's not the socks they are buying, but basically they will. So I could hawk them around town. And I was able to save 15,000 shillings. And by that time, I was employed also as a part-time secretary somewhere. One of my old students, for those of you who are in employment and you look into transit, that job every day as you go to it, do it as if it's your own. Because that is where you're going to get your first customers when you exit. Because one of the students called me and told me, Ekra, I have 6 girls that I want you to teach. Are you available? I said yes, but I'm working for an organization whereby the intakes are very strict. So I may not get a they may not be taken in. But maybe what I can do, I can get some space where I can tutor them. So 6 is a school. That's what I thought. I can start. So I told her, I'll be charging you this much. Bring them. Just as Richard Branson says, even if you don't know how to do something, first say yes, then figure out how to do it. That's me. First, I always accept, then I sit back and figure out how I'm going to be able to do it. So she brought me the 6 students, but she was sent to make me start. With the 15,000, I got a small office at Kalyan House along to Tubman Road. And I started off, and everybody would come and ask me, where is the college? And I would say, this is I've done a partition, a very funny one, and I have 6 chairs. On need analysis, I only needed 6 chairs. So I have 6 chairs. And no other space, no turning, no nothing. But I decided to be professional. There was a whiteboard. I did a whiteboard, not chalk. As small as I was with the office rent of 6,000. And as he was saying, I went to Nation and said, how much do you charge for advance? I have a college. What is the name of the college? I didn't know that you're supposed to have I didn't have a name. So I was just calling myself German Training Center. Then, by the time I was going to register the name, it was already taken up by somebody else because I did one advert. Nation, it's not expensive, it's 400 shillings per line. So I had done one. So I also didn't know that it was necessary to formalize. So by the time now I started talking to people, and by God's grace I got others coming, and people would believe, yeah, she taught us very well. So the students became my marketers. Then the person who had brought me the 6 carried all of them the following month. The 6. Why? I don't know. It was like 7 days. It was in January. He was very strategic because that's an intake time. So again, for those whom we know each other, I'm very good with people, talking and all that. One of his friends met with me on the streets, so confused. You know that moment that the only thing that you can do is to pray in your mother tongue? When life is so difficult, it's easier to pray in mother tongue. You know, even Jesus, when life was so difficult, he prayed in his mother tongue. Eloi, Eloi, Rama. So that was the moment that I got myself in. Now I'm here again, I'm kicked out. So one of his friends asked me, hey Mwalimu, today you look very stressed, because those people who know me, I'm always bubbly, happy and all that. And I told him, yes, I'm stressed because I'm looking for space. Your friend had told me to move. And he told me, come, you're looking for an office. Come, I show you where you can get offices. So fast forward, he took me to a building that was very empty. Now here, another challenge. The agents, for those of you who are renting offices, so the agent asked me, how old are you? I said 22. What office do you want? I want to do training. What training? College. I've been doing it, I just want to transfer. Why do you want to transfer here? You can't be able to raise this kind of rent. No, I will be able. And true to it, he refused to give me the office. So, as business people, you will need to be a quick thinker. What does he want to see? He wants to see a suit and a tie. So I went and looked for somebody who looks like dressed to impress. He was a friend of mine. You know, brokers are usually very smart, especially what who's insurance. You can give them, sorry if that is what you do, but basically that is one of the presentation skills. You need to present yourself in excellence. I went and told him, what you do, go and tell him you're the one who will be paying my office. I know he will believe. So today he's my parent in college and we really laugh about it. So he took me to this guy and he told me, yeah, this girl is, I want to get her this office, so I don't think you have a problem. You know, those people with very well polished English and all that. And outside there, I paid him 1,000 for the service. It was not for free. And there I got my office. By God's grace, now increased. By the time I got the office, now I decided to register. Now to go to the registrar to register the name. and I had come up with the name German Institute of Professional Studies, and I didn't want any other name. Now get there to the deputy director. No, we can't register a college. How old are you? I told him this is my age and this is what I want to do. So I waited 1 month, no registration, no name, I can't do anything. Now I have my own office, so anytime city council can come. For those of you who have started business small, you know about city council issues and all that. And again, people skills. I figured out, how do I get this registration? I sat down. There's something about thinking skills, maybe you can read on it later because we don't have time. All the thinking skills. I didn't know they were thinking skills, but I would sit and think. But over the years, I've gotten to know it is thinking skills, and it's a good training with John Maxwell. So they asked me, what is your background in education? I don't have a background in education. There's nothing that you can show, but you're just passionate about what you do. Then I looked for a lady who called Jega Karumbe grandfather. And I told her, see, you can call this man, tell him Niguka amekutuma. And the man was told it's the grandfather who has said, and my name was registered and all that. So fast forward, that is 2005, now came 2010, we also didn't have what we call TVET Authority. Today we had to register with TVET Authority. And the products that I was doing, I also learned how to help people make their way to Germany. And I've been able to help so many over the years through the programs. And what the other person said about associations and everything, I joined our Kenya National Association of Private Colleges, which is an association of 800 colleges in the country. And I managed to get elected to be their Secretary General to represent them in the issues in government. And if you're in a sector where you don't even have an association, you can be the one who will start one, because it was started by some of us. Because government does not, we have a very listening government. We've been able to engage them over and over, and government doesn't listen to an individual. You can't walk there as so-and-so enterprises, but you can walk there as a group, and you can have your issues addressed. And since we didn't have so much time, maybe the story is very long and what I've been able to do, but I think that was enough snapshot.
Thank you so much.